Across the world, how's everyone doing? This is What's Up Flobo After Hours, your Monday night delight. And after a week off, your boy is back watching the Mets, watching Pete Alonso just totally dominate this year's home run derby. How you living? Shout out to everyone on YouTube, on Twitter, and on Twitch, watching live across the world. Appreciate you from the bottom of your heart, my heart, excuse me. And this show is brought to you part by the members of the Patreon, the Boisterous Crew, patreon.com/Flobo Boys. But you got to go unlock that content. So as always, gotta give a shout out to Christopher C, Christy H, ACH, Edric P, Oliver E, Princess Leia, Matthew C, Lindsay U, John W, and Richard R. You make this show a reality. And if you have questions for our guest today, make sure you make that happen in that YouTube space or on that Twitch space and that Twitter space. We answer questions along all night. But I gotta introduce my guest this evening. This man is making it happen all over the United States. I mean, this guy's in Vegas hounding people. He's making songs happen. I've actually met him in the comedy scene, and as I get myself back into comedy, I want to be able to work with him once more. And give it up for Amir Kalil, the Amiracle.
Hooh, yeah. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
You got rose petals? I mean, damn.
I like rose petals. What are you talking about?
You just got a whole supply, man. Like, what's your link? What's the hookup with the rose petals?
I walk by a lot of gardens. And I just clean up.
Shout out to Kirsten, everyone in the chat room. Sherman, what up? Haywood, how's it going? I know Chrissy's watching as well. Now, if you have questions for our guests, make sure you let them in the comments below. I'll make sure to ask them. But I have a first question up top, man. How you living? It's been forever.
Bro, my life is wild right now, man. I'm living in Las Vegas. I'm living in North Hollywood. I'm bouncing around on the road. I've been opening up for Craig Robinson. And if you don't know who that is, just go on your TV and look at a Pizza Hut commercial. This dude is everywhere.
Yo, is there still his hair though? Is it still his hair or is it a hairpiece?
You know what? He didn't let me touch his hair. But it looked real. It looked real to me, man. He's got a good hair.
Okay, so where you at today? You in Vegas or North Hollywood?
You know what? Right now, I'm in North Hollywood, and I was debating on going back to Vegas tomorrow, but I might stay because I'm getting spots out here in LA, so I might as well.
Yeah. How's that work, man? Post-pandemic, I mean, people just hitting you up like, "Yo, I heard your music," or is it kind of like you calling people up? Like, what's been the strategy to get back in the game?
During the pandemic, I just did not stop. Like, I was still hitting the mics in LA, and then the mics in LA were not enough for me, so I just moved to Vegas in November. Yeah, and Vegas was still trying to stay open, and so was Arizona. So I was like, I need to stay sharp, and I need to get up, and I need to get paid. So I just went out there, and I started hitting all the clubs and all the bars that were paying, and I was getting spots. And then as soon as everything started to open up, I was already running. Like, I was already going. So then the other spots just started coming along with it.
Yeah. So why with Vegas? Like, is it because it was opening before? Or?
Well, Vegas is only 4 hours from LA, so I figured I wanted to get out of California, but I didn't want to go too far as a move.
Right.
And then, but the comedy scene in Vegas is incredible. It's a small pond, but they have the potential to blow up comedy wise. And the opportunities for comics out there is amazing.
All right, well, good night, everybody. I'm going to Vegas right now. That's really dope. Well, I mean, that's been my personal thing, man. I'll tell you. I mean, granted, with the pandemic, for me, I was able to do this, like the lean into the shows and interview people and get to know more about them. But there's always, I don't know if my friends really care or they want something to talk about, but they're always like, yo, when you going back to the comedy, dog? Because I want to make sure I can avoid going to your shows again. And I'm always like, yo, how do I start? But they realize you never stopped. You found ways to do things, mask on, mask off. In different cities all across the region. I mean, it paid off for you for sure. But what's the next step then? Now that everything's kind of opening back and you want to, I don't know, go to a certain kind of venue or you want to go check out with a certain kind of collab situation?
Honestly, bro, like I am such a comedy whore. I say yes to every opportunity, man. Like if one of your viewers called me up and said, hey, come do my birthday party, I will come. I will be in your backyard. I will be in your living room. I say yes to everything, bro. I just love to perform. I love to get paid. And mainly I just got to a point this year where I can afford to pay my rent with stand-up comedy. So like, I feel very blessed that I worked this hard to get to this level. And I'm hoping that it just keeps climbing up that way, you know?
Yeah, so let me ask you a question now that you are a creator. How do you describe your comedy? Because it's musical based, but I think musical comedian doesn't really describe what you do.
I'm so glad you asked that question because you just inspired a song out of it. So this song is dedicated to my boy Flobo.
That's me.
Hooh, yeah.
Hooh,
yeah. Yeah. When you out there riding solo, you might be looking for some mojo, baby. Oops, yeah. Don't forget to get your hobos and watch my boy Flobo.
Yo, shout out to hobos out there, man, watching our content. I mean, yeah, what was cool about that is that you do a lot of that audience interaction, man. It's like out of nowhere, man. Yeah, you freestyle. You're off the dome, baby. You off the dome.
Yeah, I freestyle. I make personalized songs, and I serenade these hoes, bro. That's what I do.
So is it serenading if they don't fall for it, though? Stop with the... If they like, stop what you're doing. Is that really serenading?
Look, when I serenade people in the streets, like I was doing in Vegas, I paid another comic to just record me trying to serenade people walking up the strip. Sometimes it went great. Like my goal is to strengthen a romantic relationship between a couple. My other goal is to get good footage. And sometimes the rejection I get is funnier than the songs I produce for people in the moment. So whatever it is, I just run with it and I just try to write something right there on the spot for whoever it is.
Yeah, if you guys have not seen this on Instagram, what's it? Amiracle comedian _ comedian? Amir _ comedian?
Amiracle space comedian.
Yeah, you basically are hounding people. They're walking the strip. They're out there in Vegas trying to get suited and booted, and you're just like, hey.
Yeah, I've seen couples holding hands, and I try to coerce the girlfriends to give their boyfriends threesomes, and threesomes, and I try to get girls to propose to their boyfriends, and mainly threesomes. I just try to produce threesomes for the guys as much as possible. And if it's a group of girls, then I offer myself and their threesomes, and then I just go from there.
Do people put that on your Yelp review page? Like, yo, bro, he got me a threesome. That's a 5 stars.
No, dude. Nobody has yet to give me credit for any of the love they've had, so I'm waiting on it.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, as of now, you have like what, 3 albums to your tally, and more on the way?
You give me a lot of credit, Flobo. I have not been working that hard.
I saw your Spotify list. I thought there was albums.
Oh yeah. I do have music from before I embarked on my stand-up comedy career. I had a band called the Sweet Laxatives. I came up with that band name while drinking very hard, and the the Sweet Sweet Laxatives, we like to write songs that shit on people. So that was like our thing. And then that blossomed into me starting stand-up comedy. And I put out some songs as a comedian. I would say the songs I put out as a comic are very funny compared to the stuff I put out in the Sweet Sweet Laxatives. That's just my opinion.
Oh, yeah. Why'd you name it that? Why?
You know what? Trash Butthole Surfers was already taken. So I just went with the next best thing.
Gotcha. And y'all broke up for real? Is there a reunion coming up?
Sorry, Flobo, your sound's coming in a little fuzzy. I don't know if it's my phone or your audio.
Oh, I got you. You're fuzzy. You're fuzzy to me too. I don't know what's going on, but that's technology for you. No, I was saying, is there any kind of yeah, it sounds like someone's chewing like Doritos in your phone, baby. That's what it sounds like. Is there any kind of chance for a reunion for the Sweet Sweet Laxative? I think I'm about to lose it.
I think a reunion would be possible if one of us gets successful. So that's the idea. It's mainly me. The other band members are doing their own thing, and I don't expect them to jump along. But if I can afford to pay them, I think they'll be there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's cool. That you got like a whole squad, a whole unit. Yeah. If you guys have questions for me in the chat, we're all hacked out. It's What's Up, Flobo After Hours, your Monday night delight. Yeah. Let me see. I'm gonna mute your mic for a bit. Yeah, it is your microphone. It is your phone, baby. Your phone sounds like it's in a trash can, but it's live. It's all good. So with you traveling with comedy, man, where have you been recently?
Great question, Flobo. First of all, I don't think it's my microphone. I think it's your microphone. And then second of all, I'm just fucking with you. I don't know.
Wait, I'm gonna mute myself.
All right. Thank you for muting yourself. I can hear myself much clearer now. I've been on the road recently. In June alone, I was in Columbus, Ohio, Vegas, Los Angeles, and Maui, Hawaii. And now I'm doing shows in Huntington Beach on Fridays with Ahmed and Jason Rogers. Sometimes Venice, and hopefully the Laugh Factory will start giving me some more spots in Hollywood. And my schedule is yet to be filled for the rest of the year. So if you're out there listening, I am open, baby.
Just sell out as quick as you can. I love it. Yo, you need me, bro? I'll do whatever you want. Let me ask you about the song selection process. Like how does that work? How do you know what's funny? How do you know it works for you? That sort of thing.
Oh man, I'm really glad you asked that question, Lo, because the songwriting process for me, I want to know the song is funny before I record it. So I will go with lyrics to an open mic, or just to my friends, and I will try out the new lines that I wrote. And if they don't get a laugh, that has to get a rewrite automatically. And then when I record it, if it's not funny when people hear it after I play it for them, I gotta redo the vocals that way as well. So it can be a tedious process if it doesn't in the first few sessions naturally. So that gets you gotta really into the details of the music and the quality of and mainly the joke writing of the song.
So hold on. At what point do you go, okay, this is all right, but it's worth a rewrite versus nah, this is not working. I'm gonna drop it completely. There has to be some sort of balance there, right?
Yeah, you know what? I have worked on songs that I tried to make funny, and at a certain point, you just gotta let it go. And it's hard because those be your favorite ideas. You're like, oh, this is really gonna hit. You really believe in it, and then just you go through the whole process of writing it, recording it, and it's a flop. It happens to movie stars, it happens to us comics all the time.
Yeah,
just not everything can be a hit.
I got you. Do you still? I mean, I don't say you still bomb. That's a dumb question. But like, do you still get hurt when you bomb, or is it kind of like a well, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose?
Alcohol really helps, especially when you had a bad set. I've gone to open mics just to have fun with the other comics, and I bombed, and I was just like, oh, I was like, this is the comedy that I don't enjoy, but it humbles you, and it reminds me that, like, hey, this is still a craft that I can get better at, and I'm grateful for when I have these shows where I just get to crush. Like when I get those handed to you, when you get those special crowds that just eat everything out of your hand, and just like every joke is just, like you have to balance those shows where they just do not like you at all,
So just shifting gears a bit, you talked about how you kept working through the pandemic and all. I mean, 2020 was interesting, right? Like it was different. I mean, how did that approach the way you make jokes now? Did the world outside influence it? I mean, you are partially a black man. Like, what's been the growth on that level?
I think your question was what it was like to be black during the pandemic, or
yeah, that's black. Exactly what my question was. No, I'm. Yo, buddy, if you got headphones, that probably make it easier for you. But no, what I'm saying is like, has the last year influenced the way you create your comedy content?
Oh yeah. You know what? The best thing about doing stand-up comedy is that every show is special just for that audience. Then and there, like that moment in time is just for you people in that room. So if I come up with a song that caters to somebody in that crowd, hey, that was a thing. And if it kills, even better. As far as like being mixed, like I'm mixed with black and Middle Eastern. My dad is Lebanese and Syrian, to be specific.
Yeah.
And I caught COVID. I got the COVID back when it was hot. When it was brand new, I got that stuff. And that was scary because when it was brand new, all you thought about was I'm gonna die. But then you realize, oh, okay, if you're a healthy man, you can beat it like a flu. And then I just got back on my horse and I started doing stand up, and I got the shot. I got vaccinated just to be safe. What about you, Flobo? Did you get vaccinated?
Oh yeah. Look, I hashtag Moderna gang, bro. I'm not those kind of people that you know how it be like it. Okay, so here's something that just the entire world just said, "Hey, look, we gotta stop this," and they spent a whole year developing this. I'm gonna meet you for a second. They spent the whole year developing this vaccine, and I'm like, bro, it's okay. Take the shot. It's not that bad. You could be a lot worse with it. I know people who don't do it. I'm not here to judge anyone, but I can't I can't think of any reason why I wouldn't, right? If I take the shot and I die, well, I had a good run. Only person will come to my funeral, Sally Mae, anyway. So I'm fine. Like, take the shot, baby.
I'm part of the Moderna crew too, man. And I try to tell guys, the shot will enhance your sex life.
What?
Everybody's so surprised when I tell them that. If you get the shot, let's say you're getting it on with your chick, right? You get it on with your chick, and for some reason you can't get it up. You just say, "Hey, I got that Moderna dick." You just blame it on the government.
What? That does not. That doesn't work, man. What are you doing? I got that Moderna dick. I'm gonna write that down. I did not get it, but I was scared for most of it. I just stayed at home. I was like working out outside twice a week. I was doing the indoor like workout twice a week. I didn't really do anything much until like the last possible moment myself. So you know what I'm saying? So I kept it as cool as I can. But yeah. So anyways, moving on with everything. Yeah, I think
Flobo, because
yeah.
Oh, sorry, there's a little delay.
Yeah, there's a little bit of lag. So what I'm gonna do real quick. Yeah, exactly. We're talking about that at FCW about what's up, Flobo, real quick. What's gonna do is I'm gonna put you backstage just real quickly. I'm gonna keep going. Just make sure you just reset the phone. Not a problem. We'll just keep rolling with it, baby. Yeah. So we have Amir Kalil. We're gonna he's going back just momentarily. Just to make sure everything is in order. You know, sometimes technology is one of the crazy things. This is why this is What's Up Flobo, the award-winning What's Up Flobo After Hours. If you got any questions for Amir, you let him know in the chat below. So I can tell you real quick as you get this stuff reset how we met. And that is, I did comedy around the valley. It's the part on the other side of LA. Most of my gigs were there. So North Hollywood, Burbank, Glendale, if you will. And I met, that's right, James, award winning, and we're live. So who cares, baby? We're gonna go. Yo, shout out to JL Jamie, though. Always in the chat. I met Amir doing his comedy set at Flappers, which is really like my home club, where it was before the pandemic. And we just had an instant connection, man. And he just was okay with the guitar, being able just to take suggestions. There's a very, very small crop of comedians that do that. But Amir does it in a way that, he doesn't care. He's very NSFW, but it works. And it makes it go, I go, oh my gosh, can't believe he's saying that. And a couple years after that, he had a open mic over at the Robin Hood Bar and Grill. It's a British pub, which is kind of odd for a comedy show. But that's when I walked in. I was like, hey, man, let me get a spot. Back when I was in one of my slums, I was trying to figure out new material. What would be the Flobo comedian 2.5 kind of thing. And that was kind of like when my good space to work thing out. I was just talking about the Robin Hood. Remember that joint?
Yes, sir, man. That was an open mic I built from the grass up. And I was really proud of that mic, man. It became something real hot, real special.
Yeah, so walk me through that. I was trying to explain this because, it's a British pub. I don't think comedy club, when someone says, yo, you want to have yourself, some bangers and mash, right? How'd you start that space and was like, no, we're going to build something here?
You know what? Other comics tried to do a room there, and then nobody could make it work because it wasn't, built for comedy. There was two, big-ass brick cement-looking chimneys in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
And it was just an awkward space to do stand-up. But the thing was, I felt like if I really just put myself into it and invited every comic I liked to come, it would become something fun. And it did. We had 40 comics a night sometimes. And I was just hosting to from 8 till 2 in the morning. And I was just, it was work, but it was fun because I felt like that was my way to give to other comics,
Oh, absolutely.
And comedy is all about, having some currency to give to others and, hopefully, work out, stuff where you could trade spots with other people and, so that's what my main goal to help out comics and have a good time.
Well, one, respect for doing that, Mike. That might last about a year. I mean, give or take with the whole whatever the neighborhood, it was kind of not into it sometimes, but I was just saying before you got on that there was a time in my career where it happens to all of us, where you just you wonder if you still have the stuff. And it was cool because Flappers wasn't booking me as much as I want, but it was cool every Wednesday I can always roll through, excuse me, and try something, whether it worked or not, being able to try something in a cool venue with a supportive crowd. Because we know there's so many open mics where people just show up and they're so busy with their own stuff. They're not even trying to see if your stuff is funny. You know what I mean? So I always like the fact that you had that spot at Robin Hood.
Yeah, I wanted it to be the kind of spot where comics could enjoy and, watching other comics work out, and not just be about hey, worry about myself. It's hey, we're all friends here. We all know each other. And I kept that mic off the Comedy Bureau and all the open mic forums online because I just wanted it to be word of mouth, only invite by other good comics. And I would tell people, don't tell the rookies that are just starting out to come here. I don't need those motherfuckers. They ruin the mic. You better be serious about trying to do stand up if you want to do my mic.
Yeah, why is that? Why Rick's gotta be somewhere. Rick gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, they do, but just not at my mic. Put a hot with that shit. All right.
Wow, savage. Yo, you knew? Move. Is there going to be a return or another mic in LA or Vegas, or is that part of your comedy career over? Now you're doing more of your own stuff.
Honestly, like I was struggling getting through each night of hosting there in the last, 6 months. So I'm looking to pass the baton to a friend of mine, and right now the owner is kind of hesitant to bring it back because the owners was a married couple, and it was an old British couple, and the man caught COVID about, like in the wintertime he caught COVID, and then he got a heart attack and died.
Oh snap!
Yeah. So
wow.
The owner, the wife is still grieving, and I'm really excited to bring comedy back at the moment.
Yo, for real. No one knows how COVID is going to impact anyone and families and all that. That's damn. Moving on. What do I say to that? Like it's a rough time. It's a rough time. Is there anything that you wanted to cover this year? Like, is there anything on like your vision board or anything on your list of goals? Is there?
I'm sorry, I couldn't really tell what you were saying at the end right there. Like,
is it
like
just professionally, personally, anything you want to accomplish or anything you wanted to, just tackle on now that we seem to be coming out of it? Yep.
Yeah. As far as like my comedy career goes, there's a couple things I would like to do. I would like to put out a musical comedy album, like real music that's kind of like, just like funny stuff. And I would like to put out my own sketch comedy show where I can, pick and choose the comedians and the actors that I have on there. Something similar to Dave Chappelle, what he did, but, of course, my own style. So those are like two of my biggest goals I would love to accomplish.
Damn. And when you make your music, is it like the home studio thing, or you like go out to like Hollywood? Like, well, how does that work?
Oh, bro, yeah. Nah, I'm on a budget, so I go to like the homie studio type thing. Like I don't even have my own studio. I go there and I go there with an idea, and I'm like, let's try it, let's build it, and then just hope for the best.
Yeah. That's what DIY is, right? Just, all right, I got this money, I got this opportunity, I'm gonna go for it, right?
Yeah. I feel like I'm getting noticed by other stand-up comics, and that's what's helping me get more shows. And every time I do a show, I always make sure I do my best to put on a great performance, because every show is your calling card to get the next show, and that's how I look at it. Work, he gets more work. So always come out to perform and show people that you are worthy of being booked on these elite shows with other big names.
Yeah, iron does sharpen iron, and it really is a game momentum here, and that is, I know my comedy stuff is coming back. I know it is, but the fact that I have stopped so much that I have to make a comeback is crazy, especially when you're seeing now even people that came out after you are now putting the work in, now grinding. It's kind of like, oh snap, what are you doing, man? Like, what's your material? Like, when the world's waiting for you, what are you doing, bro? Kind of a thing. But yeah. So what's up,
Flobo? You are so naturally funny, man. Like every time you hit the stage, you crack me up. Like I can see why you're like people want to know what Flobo thinks about current events. Like people want to know because you're good.
First of all, that means a lot to me, because the one time when we were talking about going on the road, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe!" You know what I mean? But a lot of things that I had to struggle with was I tried to avoid that for so long. I wanted to be topical. I wanted to be observational. and the games has changed. You know what I mean? Like people want to know what you think about what's going on in the world. It's a whole different vibe.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, you have a great voice. You have a great spin and outlook on things. And I like hearing what your mind comes up with, man, because like your perspective on the world is just hilarious to me. So, I mean, whoever's out there that's a loyal fan of the Flobo, you guys have good taste.
Yeah, respect, man. Yo, let's talk about support for you, man. What's your support network look like? You got friends, family, significant others, kids. Like who comes out to the shows? Who cheers you on? What's that look like?
You know, I'm just starting to get to a point where I do have some fans that will come to the shows that I post. My best turnout was recently in Columbus, Ohio, where I have a lot of family that lives in Cleveland, and they came out to support and see me open for Craig Robinson, and their support meant a lot to me. For one, like most of them, that was like a 2-hour drive for most of them, and so I hadn't seen them in years, and they know they haven't seen me since I've started stand-up comedy. So like for them to see me like at this point in my journey meant a lot to me. And just you know how it is, like when you get to see family you haven't seen in over 10 years, it's really hard one.
Yeah. What made you push through the times where you had the new material and no one came to your shows? Because that would like kill the vibe hard, you know, to be like, yo, I'm doing a new show, anyone coming?
To me, it wasn't about the lack of audience that I had. To me, it was more a couple things. Like one, could I make the people that don't know me laugh and like that? That was like how I judged how funny my material was.
Yeah.
I didn't want my friends and family to be there because it's like they know me, you know, and so I'd rather make strangers laugh. And then on top of that, like for me, it wasn't about the money either. Like I actually enjoy going out to perform almost every night if I can. Like my goal is to go out every night, and like yeah, doing it for free is like you have to do it for free in the beginning because nobody's paying a open micer to do stand up unless you know they get a lucky break. But yeah, man. Right. So I enjoy. But plus, I'm usually in bars, and like I enjoy a drink, so that made it easier.
Yeah,
you know. So one of your hobbies is drinking. Yeah, stand-up comedy goes hand in hand with that.
So I gotta ask: did you have a particular lucky beverage or something you get in the mood that gets you the mind right better when you perform?
Do you have a particular thing I do to get
beverage? Right? Like a beverage? Are you like a whiskey guy? Are you a wine person? Are you into beer? Like what gets you in the mood?
Well, it used to be I would drink like one light beer, and then go on stage. Now, for the last year or so, I don't drink it all before I go on stage. I prefer to be sober when I'm going up, and then I may or may not drink. Like I slowed down because at this level of the game, the pressure is a little bit higher, and I don't want to have alcohol as an excuse for why I didn't do well in a show, or have anybody that's working at the club say, "Oh, you know, Amir was out of line, probably because he was drinking." You know, I don't want to hear that shit. So I prefer to be sober on stage.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. Like people always ask, like with the comedy side and the DJ side, like, do you drink? And it's like, well, it doesn't matter for you because whoever booked you is like, do your thing. And it's always the security guard or the person in the second row or the mother of the bride who was always like, the DJ was drinking. I saw him. You know what I'm saying? So like, I try not to now because also it's a coping mechanism. You don't need to get like the Popeye spinach to do it. But I will crush some whiskey on a day off. I will do that though. I will. You know? Let me tell you something.
Yeah, it depends on the show, man. It depends on the vibe. You know, it's like, you know, but like if I'm hosting, you know, it's like I don't want to be a drunk host unless like I'm already solidified in my position there.
Right.
You know, but like sometimes you're on the road, like you're auditioning for that club at the same time. So like when I was out with Craig, I never done that club. I was auditioning for the owner on one of the shows. So I had to be on point.
Yeah. Do you still do comedy festivals, or is that like not a thing anymore for you?
Oh man, no, I would do a comedy festival. I am not above that at all. Like I said, I am a comedy whore that says yes to everything. I don't apply to as many comedy festivals as I used to because I get booked a lot more. But if a comedy festival reached out to me, I will say yes. I will be there.
Yeah. Well, forget about comedy for a second, man. Talk to me about you, bro. Like, what do you do on your day off? How do you relax? How do you go out? Are you a beach guy? Like, what is the life like when you're not making people laugh?
Yeah, you know what? I know I look like a beach guy with my dreadlocks and this flowery ass Acapulco shirt.
Oh yeah.
When I was in Hawaii, that's all I did. I went to the beach every day. In Vegas and LA, I'm not a beach guy. I'm more of like I like to hit the gym. I like to spend time with friends. I like to go watch movies, and I like to be out at comedy venues at night, even if I'm not performing. Like I like to go see my friends because like you know a lot of comics like you do. It's fun to see your friends succeed and get spots at like you know quality venues and clubs. So I just like to be out and about, and I'm just not a homebody really. Like I'll take a day to be at home sometimes, like to rejuvenate. But for the most part, like I'm out. You know, I like the nightlife, and I'm just not a club guy. I'm not like go out party type of dude.
Yeah.
I just want to be around people that make me laugh. That's really what it is.
Are you like the guy at the gym that like does the powerlifting guy? Are you like the show up early and go on the treadmill dude? Like what is your thing? Like are you a talker? Are you all by yourself?
I like to do a lot of push-ups, and I like to I like to work on what I call the candy muscles. You know, the muscles that girls look at and go like that type of stuff. So
you nasty. You nasty.
I do curls. I do a lot of benching, and I do shoulders. And I'm trying to get a six-pack, but it's so hard with the way I eat, man. I'll eat once a day.
Oh, me too. I'll do one meal, one snack. Yeah.
Man, that's the way to live. I get the old man.
Yeah. The intermittent fasting, man, like really, because my portions are out of control. I'm a fat kid. I always be a fat kid, so I can't do the little like I'm gonna have 8 calories in my meal. So I just go ham, and so I make sure I eat once a day. That way, I don't have that issue. But
yeah, that's the best way, man. Like you can eat almost whatever you want, and you don't have to worry about gaining weight.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Well, my man, I'm about to get out of here though. But before we do, I like to play a game with all my guests. Man, are you down?
Yeah, I'll do my best. The audio is a little rough for me, so I hope it comes out proper on your.
I'll go as slow as I can, man.
All right.
This one here is called The Last Time. So I'm going to ask you questions on the last time you did something. And you're going to let me know the last time you did it. Simple?
All right.
All right. What was the last text you sent?
The last text I sent was, I'll be done with this podcast closer to 11 o'clock tonight.
You're right. The last movie you saw in a theater.
Oh, bro, I just went to the movies today and I saw Black Widow. Fun movie.
How was it? Good?
Excellent, man. the action was great. The humor was done well. It was good writing. Yeah, it was good.
I'll check it out. The last time a gig put you up in a fancy hotel, where was it?
The last time I did a gig that put me in a hotel, like to stay.
A fancy hotel. Like, I mean, look, a Ramada doesn't count. I mean, like a fancy spot.
Okay, that's a two-part for me. The Hollywood Roosevelt books a great show that's in a hotel. They didn't put me up for the night. And then the time I got put up in a 5-star hotel was last month, where Craig Robinson had me in a 5-star Hilton for our shows in Columbus, Ohio. I was like, wow, man. I made it.
I'm gonna meet that guy one day. I got a feeling, man, because he lives in West LA. Like, I should have met him a bunch of times. That's coming soon. What's the last thing you ate?
I ate like a teenager today, bro. I ate my one meal today was pizza, nachos, and popcorn.
What? Oh, because you're at the theater. You're the movie theater. Yeah,
because before I went to the theaters, I ate pizza, and then when we got there, I couldn't resist the nachos.
Okay, I'm not mad. I have popcorn today too. The last podcast you listened to?
I listen to a lot of Joe Rogan because he comes up in my YouTube algorithm, and so I don't really have like a podcast like on iTunes that I subscribe to and listen to a lot, but wherever pops into my YouTube, I play a lot of YouTube when I drive on the road. Like, I drive between Vegas and LA a lot, so I have my phone up on my dashboard and I'm watching YouTube. Like
data plan be damned while you driving, bro. What are you doing?
And I drive fast.
Wow. And lastly, if you don't kill yourself, what was the last thing you ate at the cookout?
Good question, man. I was at the 4th of July at my dad's house, and he cooked salmon and ribs and like corn and sweet potatoes. Oh man, it was so delicious, man. I love me some ribs and salmon.
Oh, dang. Okay. You eating fresh, baby. Can you invite me over? I see how it is. I thought he was cool. No, man, I appreciate you telling me where I should get the good salmon hookup by calling up Pops. Before we roll though, if somebody wanted to check you out online, to follow you, how to go about doing that?
Oh, thanks for asking, man. Guys, I am easily findable. All right. If you want to find me on Instagram, it's Amiracle, one word, comedian. All right, Amiracle comedian. And if you want to find me like on YouTube, Facebook, any other place, it's Amir the Amiracle. All right, same thing with like TikTok and all that stuff. I try to post everywhere just because I'm looking for fans anywhere I can get them, and I just love out stupid content to make you laugh. Well, I really appreciate you having me on your show, man. Flobo, where'd you go? Flobo, where did you go? Oh, Flobo, your feet cut out early. Oh, Flobo, where did you go?
Technology, man. It's about time we gotta get out of here, man. But they kicked me out early. I love it. Yo, Amir, do me a favor, play us out. I'm about to get out of here. Next week, Nikki Bailey here in the studio, man. Give me one more song, baby.
Oh, yeah. My man, Flobo. He's got the best showboat. Yeah. I'm talking about Flobo. Yeah. Hey. He's a man with a mojo. Yeah. I'm not talking about potatoes. No. Hey. I'm talking about mojo. Yeah. But if you like shakies, hey, make me at the buffet. Yeah, I'll be at the buffets eating them mojos. My name is Amiracle, and I get miracle.
Yo, catch you guys next week. We out of here, guys. What's up, Flobo After Hours? Learn more at newamsterdam.com. Peace.